And now it's time for
the Pinball Show. The Pinball Show.
What's up, everyone? I am Captain Barbosa.
And I am a Viking Shield Maiden.
First of all, happy Halloween and welcome to the Pinball Show.
Yep, your monthly inside scoop on digital pinball from Zen Studios, and this time, the Halloween edition.
That's right. I wish we could just give you all of the candy through the screens, but we don't have that kind of technology yet.
Yeah, and we're not that cool.
Not quite. But we are cool enough to give you an overview right now of this month's episode.
Yeah, so there is a new beer release.
Woo!
I don't know if you remember, but last month we had our first beer release, so things are moving quick around here.
Yes, and we have a brand new table announcement for Zen's Pinball Party.
Pretty exciting stuff, and I don't know if you remember our special guest that we mentioned on the last episode, but Spooky Pinball will be joining us with an interview later on in the episode.
I cannot wait for that one.
Yep, will be exciting things.
Yes. What about last month?
Yes, let's recap.
Ooh.
Wow. We're like on the same wavelength or something. So Mel had an interview with us for a deep dive on pinballfx.
Yep, we talked about some new tech down the pipeline and also just some new stuff coming down.
Yeah, like tables, like
Yep,
our
tables.
originals. Like,
Thank you.
Yep, Curse of the Mummy. Curse of the Mummy came out, and we got to see some gameplay, which was super exciting.
That was very exciting.
Yep, and we got our name, Captain Barbosa, for the pirate table.
Yes.
And it's Sky Pirates, Treasures of the Clouds.
Shout out from one captain to another, Captain Ronnie.
Yes, well done. Well, I think that we wanted to talk about Spooky Pinball before we get into the interview.
Yes.
Benton, Wisconsin has been up to some pretty exciting things, but they released games, in case you don't know, about Spooky Pinball, like Rick and Morty, Alice Cooper's Nightmare Castle,
Nice.
and Rob Zombie's Spook Show.
Woohoo!
Yep, and the game that we will be kind of interviewing or talking about on today's episode, they released a Halloween pinball machine based on the iconic film from John Carpenter.
Yes, thanks for all the details on that, Rose. And we're about to get even more details from our designer at Zen, Dolby. He will be interviewing Bug and Lucas, and we can't wait to check it out.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's do it.
So, thank you for coming to this interview. My name is Daniel Wieg, and I work at Zen Studios.
I'm Bug Emery, and this is Lucas Kessner. And we're two of the designers from Halloween Pinball and Ultraman Pinball.
Wow, very nice. Let's talk about one of my favorites, one of your newest tables, and one of my favorites. I haven't tried it yet, of course. It's difficult in Hungary to try our tables, but I've seen that one of the newest pinball tables from you is the classic from John Carpenter, Halloween, which is quite fitting for the upcoming holidays.
Yep.
The layout of this table, it looks crazy with the three mini playfields and especially I like those. The light show is perfect on this one. Can you give us, the viewers and me, some insights? How was this layout designed and how it ties the gameplay together?
The original layout actually started in his basement. Him and a couple other guys started throwing it together down there, and along the process, I eventually graduated high school, and he asked me to join in, and I did. And around that time is when the game was already brought to the shop, and eventually I moved in with him for a while. Yeah. we were living together. I would say we literally were just roommates designing games all day, all night,
nice.
all the time pretty much. And originally the layout, we were starting it as John Wick, the Keanu Reeves movies, and eventually things just kind of lined up that we knew it was going to become Ultraman, and we needed A+ title to go with Ultraman because we weren't sure if that could sell per se over 1,000 units or not. So we ended up throwing Halloween with it as well. And I would say at that point we made Halloween more like the lead focus of design work for the game. But yeah, that's kind of where we came from with that. And
yeah, I think along the way as we added stuff, we were just kind of we weren't really focused on anything besides just making like the best game that we could. So we're just trying to throw everything into it that we possibly can. And we were trying to figure out how many features can we get in this game. So we just kept stacking higher. And we were a little worried as we went about like play speed and stuff like that, if it was going to be too compartmentalized, you know, because obviously that can get a little weird, especially when you can't shoot between the play fields. But we did want them to be different individual areas where it felt like you were playing a separate game. And I think we actually did a really good job of that, and they're totally different. Like the mid-level playfield is kind of just a hit straight on towards target and scoops, and then the top is actually a really cool combo loop and everything. It's got a lot more flow and everything. So just a lot of contrast throughout the whole game. But I think a lot of it just came to us being, you know, young guys, and we just wanted to throw as much stuff in there as we could and just see how far we could go with it. So,
and we were never afraid to take things out that we didn't like. Like the amount of revisions that those playfields have seen is just crazy. What the game looks like now looks 0% what it looked like from the start, other than say like the base playfield. But like the uppers and how you get to them and where they go changed hundreds of times. We're never afraid to stop and scrap an idea. Nobody here gets too stubborn about like, but I came up with this and I really want to do it. There's never been an argument in that aspect. Everybody's always universally agreed, like, yeah, that's the best possible outcome we want for that. So,
you know,
it's a very healthy relationship.
Okay, that's it for me. Thank you for your time, and I hope that we will have some information of the new Spooky Pinball table soon. And good luck for the rest of the work you do, and keep up the good work. It's really nice to see the quality physical pinball tables on the market.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck with everything you have coming up as well. We're super excited to see it.
Okay, we'll keep in touch.
Yep, for sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, that game looks wicked sweet.
Wicked sweet. Bug and Lucas, thank you again for jumping on the show with us. We greatly appreciate you. And Rose, what do you think about a Spooky and Zen collab? Do you think maybe the dream team might happen one day?
I mean, you never know what could be happening around here. Things are moving, and I think I might have said that already. I don't even know. Things are moving so quickly, but it would be really sweet. And if you want to see that full interview with them, be sure to check it out on Zen's YouTube channel later after the show.
That's right. And we don't have one, but two big surprises for you today. We have a Skillshot FX pinball machine sneak peek. Let's go check it out.
I'm Rick Hallett. I'm the director of R&D for Skillshot FX. When we decided we were going to create our own purpose-built cabinet to go along with a lot of the other great games that we make, we had to go to the experts and partnered with Zen, and are so excited to have all 96 tables that Zen has created, both their original content and the licensed IP, available on our cabinet right out of the box. So one of the cool things we wanted to do with the cabinet was to provide a little more haptic feedback. We used authentic traditional pinball flipper buttons on the sides. So those are the red buttons over here. And then we used quality arcade buttons for the tilt feature. Zen software is amazing. We just wanted to give it that next pop of realism. So we've added mechanical solenoids inside on the flipper button. So when you press the flipper button, you actually feel like the flippers are mechanically moving on screen. Additionally, we designed a custom interface for the menu navigation through all the pinball effects. So we expose the volume button, so it's quick and easy to make those adjustments even during gameplay. There's a view button that's easily within reach, but in a good spot that you're not going to accidentally hit it. And then a back button, and then of course the arrow buttons in selection, so you can get through all the menuing screens. Down on the front of the cabinet, there's a traditional launch button for pinball, for plunger operation. And then we have illuminated power and mode buttons, so you can change some of the lighting features. As you can see, we have lit speakers and some glow lighting around the bottom of the cabinet, and it cycles through some ambient colors, and you have control over that with the mode button as well. It It does have online connected play. We're using the Steam platform. You can just add all of this content to your Steam account and then play and stream Twitch and all of the stuff that you're familiar with. And we include a small gamer keyboard, so if you do want to get into some of the chat options as well, that's available. I really wish I could have 96 pinball machines in my basement. I can with Skillshot FX and the Pinball FX 3 software. You know, this is really a dream come true for a lot of us who want that stand-up feel and the haptic feedback that you get from a real table with the flexibility of having all of them in a purpose-built cabinet. We are super excited to work with Zen and the quality of their Pinball FX 3 software. And as a company that knows a thing or two about making quality arcade games, you know, such as Skee-Ball, we think we really got a great partnership going here.
Yes, another awesome pinball machine. I
Yeah.
can't wait to play it. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. In fact, any of you can feel free to get me that for a Halloween gift. I don't know if
Yep.
that's a thing, but it should definitely be a thing. And if not for me, then for the office.
Yep.
It's needed.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And it has FX3 games tables on there from the library.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped about that.
Me too.
Can you give us a little more info on that?
Yeah. So for an opportunity to win some cool FX, Skillshot FX stuff, and to check out the Skillshot FX machine, visit skillshotfx.com/thepinballshow.
Perfect. Thanks, Rose.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are all ready for this next segment.
Yeah,
it's our favorite.
The one we have all been waiting for every single time.
Akos, what do you got brewing for us?
Let's ask Akos.
Hello everyone and happy October. The question has to be asked, can we find a section of the Zen office we haven't filmed this segment in? I'm not even kidding, we're actually running out. Next month probably I'll come in from the supply closet or something. Pinball players in the US, I am very jealous of you. There will be many awesome events happening in the next 30 days I would love to go to. The first one starts on November 5, the Midwest Gaming Classic. Pinball tables until the eye can see, retro games. The dream. The next one starts on November 12, the 2021 Arcade Expo in Houston. Will someone enter the costume contest as Lion Man from Swords of Fury, please? November 18, Pintastic New England in Sturbridge. I never heard of this town before, but it looks really lovely. You can enter the Pintastic Silver Bowl Rumble as well. November 19, Free Play Florida. Over 300 machines, fun 80s vibes, and guests like Tim Kitzrow, who is the voice in Attack from Mars, Twilight Zone, and many more tables. Last month was our first offering in pinball themed beverages, with a fun little pinball table on the design. This is the month of Oktoberfest, so we are continuing our collab with Birdfish Brewing. This time, we are upping the weird factor. Please welcome our Bavarian Pinballoids, if that's a word, who invite you for a swig of the jug and a soft pretzel. Check this out on rivalrybrews.com and our socials. Don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy a good book. I was searching for my next read, and I happened to find a classic novel about pinball. One of the early works of esteemed Japanese writer Haruki Murakami from 1973, the novel titled Pinball explores the protagonist's obsession with the game. The main character is really into the hobby and tries to reunite with a machine he played in the past. For me, this machine is Revenge from Mars. I will read this book next month and post a review/discussion into the Pinball FX Reddit. If anyone wants to join me, the discussion will be posted on November 15th. I'm pretty excited about this book. Let's see what it has to offer. Alright, that was all my time. I'll go read.
Awesome. Huge thank you again, Akos.
Yep, we love that guy.
Yeah.
And all of you watching, let us know if you got your hands on the first release of the Heffenwei Zen.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that artwork. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about what they're doing with that.
Yeah, big shout out to our designer Zita over at Zen. Amazing job. And speaking of artwork, we're about to give you the brand new Zen Pinball Party Playfield art. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but we actually kind of Easter egged it in episode 7 when I had that interview with Mel. It was up on the wall.
Ooh, all right, that's enough. Don't give them any more. Let's go check it out.
I wonder what it would be like to have a plain old dog. Come on, Snoopy, collect the samples. Fly, kite, fly! ours is worth all the money in the world.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Snoopy Pinball.
That's right. We got Woodstock, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy.
Already looks like a ton of fun.
So much fun. And it's available today, right now.
Right now.
So let's check it out after this episode.
Yeah, and Dolby will be coming back with an in-depth look to show us about the game. So let's check it out.
Let's go.
Hello everyone, my name is Dolby and I am the designer of Peanutz Snoopy Pinball, a brand new table for Zen Pinball Party on Apple Arcade. Oh boy, I'm really pleased to tell you about this brand new pinball game, based on the world famous comics and cartoons originally created by Mr. Charles Schulz. It has been an absolute pleasure to work with Peanutz Worldwide and Charles M. Schulz Creative Associates during development, and I'm really proud of the final game. I'm going to be careful not to reveal any spoilers, but this walkthrough will give you an idea of what is in the game and what my vision was for the design. Of course, you can play it right now on Apple Arcade if you wish. Peanutz Snoopy Pinball is set in the 1980s era Peanutz comic strip. Lots of green grass, the familiar classroom and school lockers, Charlie Brown's room, and of course, Snoopy's doghouse at the center of the playfield. The art style and lettering represent the unique minimalistic and iconic visuals of the franchise. The playfield, sidewalls and background of the cabinet feature several fan favorite characters, including Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, Marcy, Sally, Franklin, Peppermint Patty, Pigpen and Schroeder. I think everything looks really cheerful and fun and embraces everything we love about Peanutz. We created a few fully animated characters, Snoopy, Charlie Brown, Woodstock and friends, my favorite being the always silly and cheerful Woodstock. You can find Snoopy around his doghouse alongside his trusted friend Woodstock, who is usually hanging around his nest. Charlie Brown is located at the bottom left of the playfield, trying to do his best at not failing all the tasks at hand. There are a number of 3D objects in Peanutz Snoopy Pinball. Snoopy's doghouse, the kite-eating tree, Lucy's psychiatry booth, a mini baseball playfield, and moon rocks, to name a few. We had to include Linus and his blanket, which spinner, and Lucy is a cardboard stand-up, along with a few other 2D objects and characters. So that covers the table setting, art style, characters, and objects. Next, let's talk about Peanutz Snoopy Pinball gameplay. Creating the fun gameplay moments using amazing IPs combined with original pinball gameplay is one of the most fun parts about designing a pinball game. If you are familiar with Snoopy, then you probably also familiar with the Flying Ace's arch enemy, the Red Baron. Peanutz Snoopy Pinball features a multi-ball dogfight between these two, each represented with their own ball. During the dogfight, Snoopy's doghouse turns sideways and becomes the Flying Ace's soft-fit camel plane. Another fun moment in the game happens when Snoopy's doghouse turns sideways and acts as astronaut Snoopy's space shuttle. Snoopy starts floating above the playfield while you need to collect some moon rocks in time before Snoopy's oxygen runs out. Good luck! In Can You Kick It, Charlie Brown, we present the pinball version of the famous moment where Charlie Brown tries to kick the football from Lucy's hand but fails every time, falling on his back. Good luck next time, Charlie Brown. The friendship between Snoopy and Woodstock is played out in the Help Woodstock mode. Here, Snoopy helps Woodstock fly back to the safety of his nest, right next to the doghouse. My favorite moment of the table is when the kite-eating tree locks the balls and then spits them out when you start the multi-ball. Rooting for Charlie Brown as he flies his kite while you score jackpots during this mode is a really fun part of this table. When I started designing the table, my goal was to keep the gameplay simple while still being exciting. The Peanutz comic strip and TV specials were always relaxing for me, with a smooth jazzy music and cheerful sound effects. I wanted to implement this laid-back approach into the table. During the planning stage and in the very first layout, Snoopy's doghouse had to be the main point of interest of this table, so I designed the main modes to start here. Also, this house serves as a ramp for the ball to reach the baseball mini playfield. I also wanted to add the kite-eating tree, which had to be a ramp and locking mechanism. This ramp also feeds the upper left flipper, so some nice speedy shots can be made to the cross ramp, which then feeds the right arm. There are many more great moments in the game, but I do not want to spoil everything now. We had so much fun putting this pinball table together, and I think fans of Peanutz will find a lot of joy when they play. Well, I'm out of time for today. I need to get back to a secret new table I'm working on. Until next time, take care. And remember, happiness is a warm puppy.
Dolby, you did such an amazing job designing
Yeah.
this table.
Amazing.
Yeah, you really captured those like warm and fuzzy feelings that Snoopy and Friends bring us.
My personal favorite was the kite multi-ball. So clever. Looks so much fun. Thanks again. And Rose, if you could see any table on Zen's Pinball Party, what would it be?
Vikings. I would love a Viking table.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'd love to see a Viking table. So everybody watching and listening, let us know. What table do you want to see in Zen's Pinball Party? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Give us your crazy ideas.
The wildest.
Yes.
We love to hear them.
Yes. But now it's time for our big shout outs and thank yous for this episode.
Yeah, let's do a quick recap on all the things we talked about. Give the thank yous to all that deserve it. First, we'll start with Spooky Pinball.
Yes, Bug and Lucas, thank you again so much for jumping on the show with us. We loved hearing the stories. And again, if you want to see the full interview, jump on Zen's YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're really excited about your new machine. And, of course, the Skillshot FX
Yes.
machine, which, again, anybody feel free to give me as a gift. Halloween gift.
I can't wait to play those FX3 tables. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, our huge shout out to Akosh, our favorite
Yes.
guy around here.
We love that guy.
Yes, thank you for your community update and for the new beer announcement.
Yes, yes. Let us know again if you grabbed that first release. I'd love to hear it.
And Dolby, thank you for, kind of running the show today.
Yes.
It was great having you and great getting to know you.
Yep.
And so I guess,
Until then, everyone,
well, should we give them anything or no?
for next month's episode, you're just going to have to wait and find out.
All right, I guess until then, everyone. We'll
catch you on the flip side.
The Pinball Show.